So here we are driving home. I'm actually heading out to get ready to play some soccer for this evening, take advantage of some of the beautiful weather that we're experiencing here today in Missoula, and play with my 040 boys up at the Peace Farm in the Rattlesnake. And on the way there, I thought that maybe it would be a good idea, a topic of conversation could be to discuss what the difference is between doing business with a local dealership that's locally owned or family owned compared to a corporate store like you'd see. Everybody knows the Lithia name, so that's a common corporate name in the United States right now. The Subaru store here in Missoula is a corporate-owned store as well, and also is the Kia dealership, owned by a large conglomeration. It's a closely held company out of South Dakota. And actually, I'd say that the biggest difference is, and I always joke about it, that when you're dealing with us here at Flanagan's, you're in kind of a shallow pool. It's not very many steps up to the top where you can come and visit with the owner. And it's going to be virtually that way at any locally owned dealership where the ownership is here in Missoula. And I think that the advantage to that is that it gives the dealership a little bit different character. For one, you know, you get to talk to the people that are making decisions quite frequently. So if you have an issue that you need to bring up with them, or if you have something that you want to run by them, it's really easy to do that here. At my store, you can come and knock on the door and walk 10 feet in the front door and hang a left and you're in my office. So it's not like I hide from anybody. I'm always there, and people will tell you that it's easy to get a hold of me. So if you're buying a car, that makes the experience hopefully a little bit easier for you. And if you happen to be somebody who's in the community that's looking for a donation or any of that sort of stuff, you don't have to endure the party line and listen to some song and dance about how they have to, appeal to some corporate officer in Eugene, Oregon, or you have to fill out a form. We make all those decisions right on the ground here in Missoula. The other thing that I think that's interesting about the way that locally owned dealerships operate versus corporate stores is generally, in my opinion, they have a little bit friendlier atmosphere. So when it comes to the actual experience of buying a car, it's definitely more human. We hear consistently that the treatment that people get when they go to some of these stores is really less than what they're looking for. You're treated like a number. They don't have a lot of respect for the human side of the business. And that's something that we kind of take pride in trying to accomplish at our store, is to keep things easy and simple. And not complicated. As a matter of fact, I really have a significant dislike for things that are unnecessarily complicated. And buying a car is challenging enough as it is. It's a big investment, especially if you're looking at a new car. I think the average price of a new car anymore is around $27,000. And if you're looking at a pickup truck, it's going to be a lot more than that. So the experience can be just stressful by nature because it requires a large investment in time, and then it's a significant investment in money as well. So a lot of these stores really don't have any respect for that. They're not willing to take the time that's necessary to help you make good decisions. Ultimately, what's best for us is best for you as well. And we would like you to make a good decision about the car you're buying and like you to be happy with it for a really long time. And actually, I think when you get into the corporate stores, they really don't give a rip about that. They just want to make a quota, make a number. It's all about profit, not about relationships, those sorts of things. And, we don't feel that way at our store. We're about profit, of course, but we're not all about profit. There are other things of value as well. Relationships are an important part of this business. And I think in my previous vlog, I was telling you that, you got to like people to be in the car business. And without a doubt, that's the truth. So, moving forward, I feel like that's hopefully going to be something that people won't tolerate down the road, because we're prepared to be human about the way that we sell cars. And I don't think you're going to get that in a corporate store. So another good reason to buy a car at a local dealership. The other thing that kind of crosses my mind is that there are actually significant reasons economically to be purchasing locally rather than in big box stores and so forth. And that actually crosses over into the car business as well, because every dollar that you spend in a local business has a higher return to the local economy than a big box store does. That's the same thing in the car business as well. So frankly, that's another good reason in my mind, because I'm raising my family here in Missoula, Montana. My kids go to public school. I know that a lot of people that I sell cars to, same thing. They use public services, and we make a more significant contribution to those public services just because we're owned locally. So that's another really good, significant reason in my mind to stay away from the big box stores and buy locally if you can. It's not always going to be the case that you can make a buy at a locally owned store, because sometimes we don't offer the services that the other stores do. But obviously, that's of significant value to everybody who's living here in Missoula. So anyway, I'm getting close to the end of the road here, and I think we'll just wrap it up with that. And I wish you a good afternoon, and hope everybody has a great day here in Missoula, Montana. Thanks for listening.